Welcome, I'm TS Tyler, and today we are going to be testing what will happen if every player of the NBA is in their prime. So, for example, we have Andre Drummond as an 86 from his time on the Pistons, like right here before he left. We also have Danny Green from when he helped lead San Antonio to a title. Next, it feels like we have a big five almost with Giannis, Boogie, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, and Drew Holiday. After that, they don't really have too much, but that is a really, really good core. With the Bulls, we have DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Kobe White. I think all of these guys are the same as they were in the game. Maybe DeRozan's a little bit higher, but I think everybody else is about the same. Next, we have Kevin Love, Jared Allen, Ricky Rubio, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Colin Sexton. I think this team is probably one of the biggest ones that was affected. Just in terms of the Kevin Love one, because it gives them like a star. With the Clippers, they actually have some sort of depth now. Now it's just not Kawhi and PG with Ibaka and Batum helping them out. And then we have Marc Gasol on the Grizzlies, which makes a nice two-headed combo with Ja and Mark. The Heat add the services of Kyle Lowry, who is an 89 now instead of like the 84 or something he has before. This is Oladipo, I believe, on the Pacers. Bam Adebayo is his normal left. Udonis Haslem at 26 years old. And PJ Tucker's a little bit better. With the Charlotte Hornets, we have Gordon Hayward. I believe this is the Jazz Gordon Hayward. Yeah, like probably this one. And then LaMelo's 87 overall. Miles Bridges, Oubre, and then that's why this team is so bad. But maybe they can make the playoffs. We'll see. This team could be a little bit of a sleeper with Mike Conley being an 88 overall, and having Hassan Whiteside being an 84. And we have Rudy Gay here too. I mean, they could do something. Now, this is one of the best teams that got helped out by the people being in their primes, because we have MVP Derrick Rose here, 22 years old, 95 overall. And we also have Kemba, who was on the Hornets at the time, was an 89 overall. Now, the Lakers are extremely scary. So they have LeBron, and then they have like they have MVP Westbrook. Then they have Melo probably on the Knicks, I would imagine. Anthony Davis. I think this is Anthony Davis still at the Pelicans. 93 overall Magic Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo, DeAndre Jordan. This is scary because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces that are over a 90 or 90 or over. And then they also have DeAndre Jordan. The Nets are the biggest contender in the East. They have KD, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, which I think this is Cavs, Kyrie, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Paul Millsap. So they don't have as good of like overall talent, but I think they have a little bit better top end because it's LeBron and Westbrook versus Durant and Harden. So it's just going to be a really interesting matchup. Now the Rockets get a big boost because they get John Wall, and John Wall did get up to a 90. So now they have a 90 overall player. Now, does that mean they're going to win the finals? Probably not. But could they make the playoffs? Definitely. And now becoming one of the highest overall players in the game, Chris Paul is now a 97 to try to help propel this Suns team to win a finals. And lastly, the Warriors are probably our last real contenders here. They have Steph Curry. I'm pretty sure this is like MVP Curry from 2016. Then they also have Klay Thompson, and Draymond is a 90. So that's a pretty good big three. They also have Iguodala and Wiggins, and then it kind of drops off after that. But that is a pretty good core, like this right here. So part of me was a little bit interested to see what a few of the Contenders rotations would look like. So first, we're gonna check up on the Bucks. And they are running George Hill at the 1. Also, yeah, I mean, he helps them too. He's better. Drew Holiday's better. He's going to run the 2. Chris Middleton runs the 3. Giannis on the 4. Boogie at the 5. And then they have Brook Lopez off the bench. Next is our Knicks, and they look pretty good. Rose was actually classified as a shooting guard. So he went up to a point guard. At a point guard, he was a 97. So this team is pretty nuts. Kemba's gonna run the 2 for us, so this is a crazy front court. Now the rest of the team, I mean, Julius Randle's pretty good. So RJ Barrett, Randle, and then Mitchell Robinson. Pretty good defensively. Another team we wanted to look at was the Lakers rotation because this is kind of nuts. They have Westbrook at the 2, LeBron at the 3 as a 99, Anthony Davis as a 94 at the 4, and then Dwight at the center spot. And Carmelo off the bench. Lastly, we look at the Nets rotation, and they have probably, yeah, this is definitely the closest you can get to competing with the Lakers. But as your rotation, you have Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Blake Griffin. And then off the bench, you have Paul Millsap. So their rotation's slightly shorter and a little bit worse, but in one series, they definitely could compete. So, checking about at the midway point of the season, the Knicks were doing better, but then, as you can see, they dropped like 7 in a row, and now they're the 7 seed. They were like the 4 or 5 seed, but now they're here. Looking at the standings, the Milwaukee Bucks are first in the East with the Nets closely behind. The 76ers don't really have many people like new that are here, except for like Danny Green, Ben Simmons being slightly better, and Drummond. But they are the 3 seed. The Celtics don't really have anything else either besides Al Horford, but therefore the Bulls have the help of like a slightly boosted DeRozan. The Raptors have Dragic. The Knicks have Derrick Rose, Kemba, and a slightly better Randall, and Taj Gibson. And the Heat have Larry Oladipo, Butler, and Haslam. On the edge of this is the Cavs, which this team I would think would be like here. And I would think this is where the Knicks would be too, is a little bit higher. But I guess not. I guess when you add people into their prime, everything just gets a little bit closer. The Pacers are horrible. The Magic are awful, but I saw that one coming. The Wizards are bad, and the Pistons suck. But all these other teams have a decent chance to make it up. Now in the West, I don't know if you see this, but it says the Lakers are 41-1, and it's not surprising, but they average like a 30-point difference in every game. This is insane. They could go 82-0 if they didn't lose already, but it's not even close. Like, Utah's behind, whatever. The Clippers, this team is, I thought could contend, but looking at this team, I don't think anyone can mess with it. The only people that can mess with it are in the East. Now, if we look in award races, LeBron, Russell Westbrook are the leaders for MVP, and then then Embiid's here, Harden's here, Chris Paul's here, and then sixth man is Melo. Like, that's gonna go to Melo. He's averaging 21, 7, and 6. I don't see anybody else getting that. Defensive player, Giannis. Probably going to go to Giannis. Most improved, Ja. I mean, Ja with Marc Gasol is putting up almost 30 points a game, 8 and 6. So I can definitely see that going to him being like a second team or something like that. If we go to league leaders, Curry is dropping almost 31 points a game, which is almost like that season, except now he's giving the ball off more. Derrick Rose is dropping 24.5 points a game. If we go to the MVP season, it's fairly similar, actually. Just a little less assists. Another player that's coming back from being bad and going crazy is Kevin Love, averaging 25 points a game, 15 assists, 15 boards and 5 assists is pretty insane. And Hayward actually is trying to pull the Hornets into the playoffs. Coming to the end of the year, I mean, the Knicks won 46 games. That's a pretty good record. And MVP goes to LeBron. So, I mean, LeBron got a little bit better from going in his prime. He was a 99. Can't really expect too much. He ends up winning MVP. Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes. He had boost. Six-man Melo, we saw that coming. Defensive player Giannis, that never changes. Most improved Ja, almost dropped 30. So, that's pretty impressive. And Frank Vogel on the Lakers, they went 76 and 6. Well, there's your new record. 99 overall offense, defense, and team overall. So, that's crazy. Your first team is Russell Westbrook, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Joel Embiid. It's nice to see Love on there. Second team is Chris Paul, James Harden, Domantas Sabonis, Kawhi Leonard, and Nikola Jokic. Did not see that one coming. Third team is Curry, Derrick Rose, who put up 27 a game. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Derrick Rose, Giannis, Julius Randle, and Bam Adebayo. So, the Knicks had two third-teamers, and they're a play-in team with 46 wins? Okay, so the East is in nuts then. 58, 53, 51, 50 wins, 49, 48, 47, and this is the play-in. The Hornets have 47, the Hawks have 46, we have 46, and then they have 40. Now in the West, Lakers went nuts, Clippers did pretty good, Jazz, Grizzlies, Suns, Pelicans, Mavericks, Trailblazers, Warriors. Warriors had a losing record. I would not expect this team to have a losing record. The Timberwolves, yeah, I would expect them to have a losing record, but not this team. The Rockets couldn't make the play-in, even with John Wall. And down here, we don't really expect nothing else. So, simming this first game, the Knicks win, beat the Cavs, knock them out. The Hornets are in, and then on the other side, the Warriors win to go up into a final game against the Mavericks, and the Trailblazers win to make it in the playoffs. And the Knicks make it in. The Knicks make it into the playoffs for the first 2 years in a row. The Warriors make it in as well. So now it's Golden State, Lakers, rip, and then it's Milwaukee, New York. So I think that's a rip as well. So after the first round, Milwaukee makes it in, Miami makes it in, Philly makes it in, and Boston makes it in. And they beat Brooklyn to get there, which is kind of impressive. The Lakers sweep the Warriors. The Suns beat the Grizzlies in 7. Jazz beat the Pelicans in 5. And the Clippers beat the Trailblazers in 7. So the Lakers look like they're about to sweep, but they lose one game. Oh no, what are we going to do? So they lose one game to the Suns and make it against the Clippers. And then the Bucks win in 7 against the Heat. And the 76ers make it in 6. So the Bucks and the Lakers make it. I think I know who's going to win this one, but we can check the teams. So, I mean, this is not close at all. Unless Giannis pulled off, like, the craziest carry of all time. I don't see them, like, even winning 3 games. Or maybe even 2. It could just lose in 5 or a sweep. But we will see. So far, they've won 1 game, and they did not win 2. The Lakers lost 3 games in the whole playoffs and 9 games in total, like, of the entire season. LeBron makes Finals MVP. So that kind of proves that if everyone's in their prime, the Lakers are by far the best team. I mean, they have, like, all the old players and all the veterans. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all next time.